The ABCs of the piano. Let's begin with the white keys. The lowest key on the piano is A, specifically A0. Although I will explain the number 0 after I finish talking about the letter the 0 is attached to. So, I'll review and continue. The lowest key on the piano is A. The next white key is B. Review and continue. And the rest of the white keys in order are C, D, E, F, G, at which point they start again with the next key being A. Then to B, C, D, E, F, G. And the cycle begins again with the next key, which is A. These cycles continue until the top key. The last white key is C. You may notice that there are several A's, B's, C's, D's, etc. Those groups of keys are notes, which are notices about tones, in the same pitch class, which means they are related by virtue of being an octave or octaves apart. The octave is sometimes referred to as the basic miracle of music for the reason that the octave is approximately double the hertz. An octave is related by not precisely doubling the frequency of the sound wave, which is the hertz, but is close to exactly double the hertz. We actually stretch our octaves, which is to increase the difference in pitch between octaves so that they don't sound flat, but that complicated explanation for why it is actually more than double or less than half the hertz is for another time. Flat is a concept we will cover by the completion of this lecture. We covered hertz earlier in the lecture, A notes. But, to review, the hertz symbol, hertz, is the unit of frequency in the International System of Units, SI, often described as being equivalent to one event, or cycle, per second. A tone is characterized by the number of cycles per second, which are the number of sound waves per second. For example, one of the A's in the pitch class, A is A for 40, which is a different system of numbers, but also can be attached to notes, and in that different system of numbers, A for 40 represents 440 hertz, which are 440 cycles per second, which are 440 sound waves per second. An octave is related by doubling the frequency of the hertz. The same pitch class means the notes, which represent tones, are related by virtue of being an octave or octaves apart. So, A is a pitch class, which contains all A's. B is also a pitch class which contains all B's. And C is a pitch class which contains all C's. Those are examples of pitch classes. The three lowest diatonic keys on the piano are A0, B0, and C1. From there the C's are in numerical order: C1, C2, C3, C4, C5, C6, C7, C8. The highest note on the piano is C8. The lowest C on the piano is C1. The middle C is C4. We give the C's descriptive names to give them character. The purpose of the character is that they are identifiable characters with their own personalities. Instead of just letters and numbers that alone do not describe function, the descriptive title is designed to aid in naming the pitches, but also to describe their relative function. Starting from the middle of the piano and going out from there, those descriptive titles are the following: middle C, C4, tenor C, C3, great C, C2, contra C, C1, treble C, C5, top C, C6, double C, C7, triple C, C8. Between C1 and C2, all letters are assigned the same number 1.
So, C1, D1, E1, F1, G1, A1, B1, C2.
And the next octave would be C2, D2, E2, F2, G2, A2, B2, C3. This cycle continues beyond the last C, C8, and also beyond the first C, C1. Now I will explain the black notes. All the notes have black notes between them, except for between B and C, and also not between E and F, causing the black notes to be in groups of 2 and 3 except for the lowest black note. These exceptions help us to provide landmarks on the keys to help us to know where notes are. For example, C is the lowest key touching the black note in the 2 black note group, and F is the lowest key touching the black note in the 3 black note group. The black notes all have 2 names. Names for the notes are the spelling of the note. Multiple names for the same note are referred to as enharmonic spellings. They have a sharp spelling and a flat spelling. For example, the black note touching C above it is C sharp, but that same note is also D flat, and these are called enharmonic spellings. The black note we are referring to is sharp in relation to C, or flat in relation to D. So the black key above A is A, sharp, although it is more commonly referred to as B, flat, and the black note below A is A, flat, which can also be referred to as G, sharp.